Jaya Gaura Hare.
Welcome to another episode of TwoMuchWise.
This is the Gita Expedition series where we explore the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, verse by verse and chapter by chapter.
All that we discuss here is what we've heard from perfected teachers and spiritualists from the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. None of this is our own analysis.
If you're here for the first time, then we recommend that you watch the warm-up series of the Bhagavad Gita where we introduce some concepts of the Gita for the first time.
This episode is better heard than watched. You can hear it while taking a walk, while driving, cooking, or even walking out.
We've had a lot of fun recording this, and we hope that it's an enriching experience for all of you as well. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hey. Hare Krishna. So, we're reading from the Bhagavad Gita, continuing the Gita Expedition. Today, we're reading from chapter 2, shloka 7 to 9. We'll read 7 in Sanskrit and then the translations of 7 to 9 in English. 2.7 Sanskrit. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma samoda cheta yachrehasyan nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. Translations. Arjuna is saying, now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. Then Sanjaya says, having spoken thus, Arjun, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent.
Jai. What a scene. Now it's like the first chapter ke last part and the second chapter first part have now really come together. Arjun has completed his tirade, and he's now just sitting down. But before he sat down, today's first verse, seventh verse, is the turning point of his life, turning point for all of us in our lives. He tells Krishna that please instruct me. He says, tell me for certain what is best for me. He says, I have lost all composure. Till now, he was saying that I will not fight, I will not fight. Even right now, he's saying, I will not fight. Gave all the reasons. But he knows, he's accepting that he has lost composure. He is feeling weak in his resolve, and he needs advice. He needs instruction, not even advice. He says, instruct me. He needs instruction to tell him definitively what is good for him. And he gives Krishna, acknowledges Krishna, recognizes Krishna as that authority who can tell him definitely what to do.
And he surrenders to Krishna. Surrenders. He says, I'll do
Yeah.
whatever you will say.
So surrender.
It's like, I'm all yours now.
Yeah.
Whatever you will say, I'll just do it like a puppet, right?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
to understand Arjun's position will not be difficult if we have some idea of his background. Arjun is the best warrior that existed at that time. He is the king. He has all riches at his disposal, and right now he is just going to increase his riches. He's just going to expand his kingdom. It's like he is the CEO of Google, and he's just going to now become the CEO of Google plus Meta plus SpaceX plus Tesla plus you name it.
Yeah.
And he's saying he already has so much, he's going to get so much, and he's saying, but I'm just perplexed.
Not gonna help
I
him.
don't know, like
Yeah.
I've lost my composure, I'm feeling weak.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Actually, we genuinely see this happening even today. Like how many news
Yeah.
reports and articles about celebrities being in depression, cricketers going through a tough
Yeah.
time, suicides of
Yeah.
uh, the creme de la creme of this country committing suicide. So that's what Arjun's situation is.
Yeah.
Very relatable. It's very contemporary.
Yeah, and this is where the master stroke of the Bhagavad Gita really comes in, as you said, relatable. Situations of Arjun are
Yeah.
relatable to us. He's in a soup. He doesn't want to do something. He's doing using all of his knowledge to basically justify what he really does not want to do, his action or his thought. But one thing that he does different is all that is required to separate
Yeah.
him from us, and that is why we are
Yeah.
reading this book and not someone's not writing a book on us. Because same situation, what did I do? But what he did was very different. What Arjun did was he surrendered to an authority, and not just any authority. He surrendered to Krishna and took instructions from him, sought instructions, took instructions, accepted them, and
Mm.
acted on them. And that is what makes Arjun special, and that is the reason why we are hearing from this book that, oh, a person
Yeah.
reacted differently.
Yeah.
Same situation, reacted
Yeah.
differently. What happened there? Because same situation, same reactions. All this world, we're all in the same boat, doing the same things. We're
Yeah.
in the same soup, but we're not surrendering to the right authority.
Yeah.
Not even surrendering. Surrendering to chodo
Yeah.
dur ki baat hai. But even if we are, not even surrendering to the right
Mhm.
authority. And that is the reason why all of us are
Yeah.
in the same boat. Also, nobody is getting a solution. Here is someone who was in
Yeah.
the same soup but reacted a
Yeah.
little differently, got
Yeah.
out of that situation. Let's just
Yeah.
hear what happened there. That is the reason why we're
Uh-huh.
looking at this book.
Actually, like you said, till now, whatever we've read is just context setting. It's just to tell us, guys,
Yeah,
you and Arjun are the same. Like, and this will be the situation eternally.
correct.
It'll always be like this.
Yeah,
But like you're
yeah,
saying, you've put it so nicely. Arjun is doing what we don't do. Right? Context is the
yeah,
same, but
yeah,
we don't do what Arjun is doing. Arjun is surrendering. Actually, sometimes we may also surrender. Sometimes we may,
yeah,
but to whom?
yeah. To
and
whom?
and
Yeah,
sometimes we may surrender with a good intent, with all trust, but that surrender gets
yeah,
broken, that trust gets broken. So there are two parts to it. One is,
yeah,
in today's context, are we really surrendering to an authority? Second, who is the right
yeah.
authority?
Yes, yeah. Correct. This is what it is, Prabhu. He uses a financial word there,
Yeah.
miserly. Says miserly weakness. What is that, Prabhu? Any thoughts on that? I have some
Yeah,
thoughts.
go
Should I
ahead,
share
Prabhu.
them? Miserly thought, miserly weakness, he says. Miserly is when you have something but you're
Yeah.
not putting it to the right use, you're hoarding it, and you're not making good use of it. So he knows that he's a kshatriya, he knows he's been educated, he knows that he has been given the intelligence and the situations and the resources to come out of the situation right. But he's saying, because of my own weakness, I'm not being able to use all of those
Uh-huh.
resources in the right way. He is aware of that self awareness is there, and he's being honest of that
Yeah.
situation. Any macho person, वैसे तो he's a kshatriya, he's the macho person on the whole planet, right? Like he's super whatever masculine and the alpha really of the whole world right now. But he doesn't hesitate for a moment to even open his heart up and share his vulnerable
Yeah.
situation to
Yeah.
his friend here. And that is, I think, a lesson for all of us. Unless we do that, unless sometimes we are self-aware, unless we acknowledge the fact that, hey, listen, I need help, buddy, I need help. If we don't ask for that help, maybe
Yeah.
we'll not get it. Showing a strong exterior while having a weak interior doesn't do us
Yeah.
too good. And this is something that we are learning
Yeah.
here, I
Yeah.
think.
So one part is that vulnerability that Arjun is letting off right now. He's displaying that
Yeah,
vulnerability. That's important when you're struggling.
yeah,
Uh, and the other important part also is, when you share your vulnerability, who do you expect a
mm,
solution from? Right? Because as you said, you can
correct. Yeah,
express your vulnerability to your friend who is completely
yeah,
trustworthy, who's a well-wisher.
yeah,
But then, apart from being a well-wisher and trustworthy, does your friend have the
yeah, of course.
knowledge to help you solve the
Yeah,
problem? So you've expressed vulnerability,
capabilities
but
to solve
you
everything.
you have you surrendered to that person or not? That's a different thing. So you
Yeah,
express your vulnerability, which is very important to do, which Arjun is doing. And then when you
yeah,
go out seeking a solution, who should you
yeah,
go to? Someone you can trust and someone who has
yeah,
knowledge.
yeah. Yes, and this is so nicely put, Prabhu. Like, for example, if I'm in financial trouble, who will I go to? I can go to a person who's my friend. First of all, that person has to be my friend, trustworthy person, my well wisher. I go to that person. Now, there's a friend, trustworthy, everything is there, but that person is also bhundu, like financially dense like me. But I know कि ये ना will say yes to all whims and
Mhm.
fancies of mine. Like he will validate what I'm already
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
is a solution. I'll go to that person and say, "Hey, listen, buddy, I'm in lots of trouble. I'm in a big
I've
soup here.
invested too much in
My
Bitcoin,
finances are
lost too much
going
in
down.
Bitcoin. I'm thinking I'll invest more in
हाँ,
Bitcoin to
और
come out.
Bitcoin बहुत ज़्यादा कर दिया. Should I invest more?" And that person will be like, "यार, this person has tears in his eyes. If I say yes, इसका दिल रखने के लिए, if I say
Yeah.
yes, what is the harm, man? What is the harm?
The
I'll make
well-wisher,
his
the
day just
friend is
by
a
saying
well-wisher.
yes, no." Well said yes to me. But what does
Mhm.
that solve my situation? No, because capability in that particular
Yeah,
domain is not there. Whereas another friend who's a well wisher, but also in that domain has expertise, is an authority, that is when I'll get
yeah,
actual help. Otherwise, I'll just
yeah,
get a consolation. Getting a consolation is also fine,
yeah,
but you'll not get a
yeah.
solution.
So, so we said that in times of trouble, Arjun surrendered. He had situations like ours. We don't surrender. He surrendered, but
Yeah.
also he surrendered to someone he trusted. So he had a friend, and
Yes.
also someone who had the capability to solve his problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
talking about capability. So who has capability to solve our problems? Like, tell me practically
Yeah.
now, who has the capability to solve my
Yeah.
problems? Uh,
Yeah.
if I have a financial problem, I'll go to a financial advisor. If I have an
Yes.
emotional problem, I'll go to a healer or a therapist. If I have
Yeah.
a problem with my gadgets, I'll go gadgets or my vehicles or my appliances, I'll go to a mechanic or an engineer.
Yeah.
But, but, let's learn from Arjun here. Arjun
Yeah.
has the finances, he has the things, he has the right
Yes.
emotions, he has all of this, but he still has problems. So
Hmm.
basically, an engineer, a financial advisor, a therapist will solve your problems for sure. But after they solve your problem, there are going to be problems of higher order, higher order, higher order. Even if all problems apparently are
Yeah.
apparently solved, we will be exactly as Arjun is. He has everything, unrivaled kingdom, all prosperity. Still, there are problems.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What to do? What is
ultimately,
to be
we've
done?
got to surrender to someone who has the capability of not solving my short-term problems, but just giving me a solution for all the problems.
Yeah, a format, a
Exactly,
blueprint,
exactly. Master key.
master key.
Give me a format, give me a
Yeah.
template, give me a master key which I can apply for all problems in life, which help me get over all
Yeah.
problems in life.
Yeah, you spoke about the number of problems that they'll be unlimited. That is definitely there. Even in one problem, Prabhu, like for example, if someone has a headache, goes to the best doctor there is in the world. There is no better surgeon, no better physician that person has, especially in that domain. Go to that person. That person gives us the best treatment. But तब भी अगर नहीं ठीक हुआ, the what does the doctor say?
Uh, अब भग
अब दवा
दुआ
नहीं काम करेगी, अब
दुआ
क्या काम करेगी?
दुआ काम करे.
दुआ काम करेगी. Like, I have done my work,
Yeah,
but I am not God.
yeah,
That person says. That person says,
yeah, yeah.
I've done my work, but now it's in the
God.
hands of
Yeah,
God. That's all. So even if one person in this material world for one single problem is also capable, also that capability also has
yeah,
a ceiling.
yeah,
That
yeah,
capability also has a ceiling and a
yeah,
limitation. So these two issues are there. One is something that you spoke about, that even if I solve something, there's something else will prop up. And if to solve one thing perfectly also, there is
yeah,
an uncertainty,
yeah,
maybe and maybe
yeah.
not.
So even
So
even
what
the
to do?
most expert person in a domain may not be able
Yeah.
to help me. Right? That's
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So number of
Yes.
problems or intensity of a single problem, anything, either
Yeah.
of these can pull us back. These are not
Yeah.
permanent solutions.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what to
what to
do?
do?
To cut the
Yeah.
chase short, here Krishna, Arjun is going to whom? Arjun is going to. Why didn't he go to anybody else? He had other friends as well. Why didn't he
Yeah.
go to anybody else? He went to Krishna because he knows that he is the all knower. He knows that he is the perfect being. He knows that he is the well wisher also, but also that he has perfect knowledge because he's God.
Yeah, he knows that
Because he's
Krishna
God.
is
He's
Bhagavan,
created.
as the Bhagavad
Yeah,
Gita says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Arjun
Bhagavan.
knows
Yeah,
Krishna is Bhagavan.
Bhagavan
Yeah.
Vacha. Yeah. Yeah, Arjun knows Krishna is Bhagavan, and that's the reason why he chose to go to him and
Hmm.
surrendered to him. If I ask you the question, hey, but Arjun had Krishna right there, right, right at the right time, right place, everything. He was right in front of him. He was his friend also. That helps a lot. If I had Krishna, if I had God as my friend, why wouldn't I go
Yeah,
to him? Obviously, I'd go to him. No, you give
yeah,
me a practical solution.
yeah,
I don't have Krishna as
yeah,
my charioteer. I don't have
yeah,
my personal God
yeah,
roaming around with me. How do I?
yeah.
What do I do?
So, Krishna,
Yeah.
what Krishna did so magically in the Bhagavad Gita is that he gave
Yes.
the knowledge for all problems, for the
Yes.
solution to all problems for eternity in this Bhagavad Gita, right? Through Arjun. He's
Yeah.
given it. He's
Yes.
given it.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I need to
Yes.
go to someone who understood Krishna very well, who understood Krishna perfectly,
Yes.
who understood the
Correct.
knowledge and the science that Krishna relayed to Arjun. Because Arjun
Yes.
is sitting in the same problem as I am sitting. Krishna is giving him
Yeah.
a solution which is not only for that specific problem, but it's a template, it's a master plan, it's a master key, as you said, for all the problems. Now, if somebody understood that conversation between Krishna and Arjun, he can explain it to me. And he can explain this master plan to me.
Yes.
He can explain this master key to me. So
That's
I need to go to this
right.
person who understands this conversation and I need to surrender to
Yes.
him just like Arjun surrendered to Krishna.
Correct. Yes, Prabhu. And that's where I think the whole, that whole solution lies. And that's what Krishna is teaching us. We definitely don't have Krishna right in front of us, or maybe we can't perceive him. But one, we have his instructions right in front of us. The Bhagavad Gita is there. But as you said, we don't understand it. So someone who has understood it, who knows Krishna, who knows Krishna's instruction, if we approach them, we surrender to them, that person definitely can open up this treasure trove of knowledge for us, and give us the master key to all
Yeah.
our problems. I think that
Yeah.
is the learning, Prabhu, from this.
Yeah.
Definitely
And
this was.
how will we, Prabhu, how will we get to know if this person really understood the
Yeah.
conversation? How do we
Yeah,
know?
how do you know?
Because there are so many charlatans, there are so many quacks moving around.
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah.
religion is the best way to earn money in India. They say that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The best career.
best careers, very little effort, very high returns. So
Yeah.
how will we get to know
Yeah.
if somebody really understood Krishna and Arjun's conversation and can explain it to me? How do we know that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tricky there, because I only don't know. How
Hmm.
will I check? Like, I
Hmm.
don't know that I
Hmm.
don't understand the Gita. How will I check
Yeah,
if the other
yeah,
person understands it or not? Right? I
yeah,
can't check it. So there has to be some certification, something that I don't understand. What do?
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
look for
yeah,
certifications. If I don't know gold is gold, I look for
yeah.
that
Mark,
BIS
yeah,
mark. If I don't know if something's organic, I look
yeah,
for
yeah.
organic
Doctors.
certifications.
I don't know how
uh,
good the doctors are. Look at the
Doctors,
degrees.
how do,
Yeah,
look at the degree,
yeah,
like degree hai ki nahi, right? Just like that, there are
yeah,
some checks and balances that our Vedic scriptures give us. In fact, this is actually the used to be a part of our preparation in life, in the brahmacharya part of our life earlier on, when the whole education system had spirituality integrated into it. They used to teach this particular fact, that how do you actually recognize a teacher, recognize a teacher of the Bhagavad Gita or the scriptures. That you do that by, first of all, basic thing, they also have to
yeah.
have a teacher.
Correct. Yeah,
They
yeah.
have to have a teacher,
Otherwise, if
because
they could just understand it by reading on their own, then I can also understand. Why do I need a teacher? Everybody will understand
yes, I
it
can
in
also
their
do it.
own way. Everybody will have their own master plan.
Ah, yes, so it won't match that. It has to come down in a disciplic succession. So a teacher
And
has
that
to have a
teacher will
teacher,
have
and
another
that's how
teacher
it
and then
works.
another teacher till Krishna, till
Another
you
teacher.
reach Krishna. Right.
Yes. So it's a school, it's a whole chain. It's a bona fide certified school, that basically is there. And in the scriptures they tell us there are four Vaishnava schools, out of which there are many branches. So the basic check
Mm.
is ki, do they um, uh, you know are they accredited by this, by one of these four paramparas or disciplic
Yeah.
successions that are there? That is one. Second is if they have a teacher. And third is if they are saying that, if the teacher is saying that I am the supreme, you surrender unto me, because here it's talk about surrendering. So surrender unto me because I am God. That is a big red
Mm.
flag.
Mm.
That's a big red flag. That I am a servant of God, messenger of God, just coming here to reveal to you what Krishna has said. That's fine. That's fine. Because then they're doing a service. They've received it from someone, they're passing it on, and then doing a service. Right. But if they say that I'm all in all, then oh my God, it's a big red flag. So these are the three things, basic checks and balances
While
that
you
are
were
there.
talking, I just went to get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita while you were speaking about how to know if you've got the
Yeah.
right teacher. And I'm trying to find that page which has the entire disciplic succession.
Yeah. Around 32, 33
Yeah.
names that are there.
To just, you know, let those few people who listen to us, to let them know that we're not
Yeah.
speaking stuff on our own. So this is how it looks like. So you
Yes,
can
that
see
is.
the
Yeah.
names here.
That is. Yeah, I can
So
see
it
it.
starts with Krishna on the top over here, and then
Yeah.
it goes on. Krishna gave knowledge to someone, 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 so on and so forth. And then what we are reading right now is
Yeah.
written by the 32nd student, teacher to teacher to teacher, and the
Yeah.
32nd student is our teacher,
Yeah.
Srila
Yeah, Srila
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. So that's how it works. This is the school. This is the branch of this school that we belong to, and this is the basic check and balance. That obviously, once you go deeper into it, you can. There are more also. For example, if the teacher is actually following whatever they're saying, their whatever they're saying has to match 100% with what
Yeah,
they whatever they're
yeah,
doing. Their
yeah.
behavior has to match.
They should be living
That
the
makes
master
a
plan,
best
right?
teacher.
They should be
Living the
living
master.
that.
अदरवाइज उनका ही कन्विक्शन नहीं है तो वो
करेक्ट,
पास
वो
ऑन कैसे
समझे ही नहीं है,
करेगा
वो प्रॉब्लम
कन्विक्शन?
को अपने लिए नहीं सॉल्व कर पा रहे, तो हमारे लिए कैसे करेंगे?
या correct. So that these are some things obviously, and there's more deeper
Yeah.
things that are there that you get to know once you're there.
Yeah,
But these are the
yeah.
basic
So
checks
get
and
a
balances
degree.
that you have.
See, look for a degree. How do you look for
Yeah.
a degree? By seeing if there's a teacher, or there's a teacher for the teacher you're looking for. Does he have a teacher? And where is that
Yeah.
teacher coming from? Does it go back to Krishna who spoke the Bhagavad Gita? And then
Yeah.
seeing that this teacher is not saying that since I have the master plan, I am Krishna, I am God. He's saying, no, 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 I'm just a messenger
Yeah.
of the master plan that Krishna gave. And thirdly, you mentioned uh, that he should be living the master plan. He should be living the
Yeah.
teachings of the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna has given to us. Right?
But why is it like this, Prabhu? Why can't someone just like Arjun go directly to Krishna? And we have the Bhagavad Gita, we have the words of Krishna in Sanskrit, their translations. Then why can't we understand it? Why are we making these brokers and middlemen come in? Like, isn't this like a self-serving thing where we ourselves are claiming, ki, no, 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 only some people are there who can reveal it to you. We are the
Yeah.
gatekeepers, we are the owners of
Yeah.
the Bhagavad
There are
Gita.
different.
This is a question that that comes
Yeah.
up lots of
Yeah.
times, I think, in our
There are
heads.
different viewpoints, different angles to look at this. Firstly, if I want to learn physics, I
Yeah.
want to learn chemistry, let me just pick up the books and do it on my own. Why do I even need a teacher?
Yeah.
Right? But we do go to a teacher.
Right.
Books alone are not sufficient. Books do not give us context. Books don't talk. Books are not living, right? Somebody
Yeah.
needs to bring life into the book. Somebody needs to give the context.
Yeah.
Secondly, even if you know Sanskrit and you know English and you can read the Bhagavad Gita, who taught you Sanskrit? Who taught you Sanskrit
Yeah.
at the first
Someone.
place? A teacher. So even
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
learn the 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 minimum things you need to learn the Bhagavad Gita requires a teacher.
Yeah.
So it's
Of
necessary.
course.
It's essential. You can't learn anything without a teacher.
Yeah.
Anything else, Prabhu, that comes to your mind?
Yeah. And I think Krishna
Oh yeah.
himself answers this
Oh
question.
yeah.
We might have jumped the
Yeah.
gun with that question, but he himself, this is a process
Yeah.
set by him, because ultimately speaking, material education and spiritual education are two different things. End of the day, theek hai, a person can still, there can be people who learn by themselves, have learned something just by themselves without a teacher. Fine. we just buy the books, just buy this, fine. Maybe
Yeah.
one or two
Yeah.
exceptions are there,
Yeah.
right? There are there, fine. But spiritual education cannot be learned by like that, because by definition it is said that spiritual education is revealed to you, given to you, and you
Yeah.
cannot take it. It's a top down process,
Yeah.
not a bottom
Yeah.
up process. That is the
Yeah.
nature of
Yeah, so,
spiritual
so as you
education.
start opening up the master plan, trying to figure it out on your own,
Yeah,
you see in the master plan in bold letters, don't try to learn or understand this master plan on your own. Go to someone who knows it.
yeah,
Otherwise, you will
correct.
just fail in your attempts. So then logically what will you
Yeah,
do? You will close the master plan right there and you will look for someone who can explain it to you.
yeah, the master
Hmm.
plan itself, as its first steps tells you that you need to go to a
Yeah.
master to understand
Yeah.
the master
Yeah.
plan. But yeah, Krishna, when we come to that verse, I think we can talk about it more then. But uh, yeah, I think
Yeah,
we've reached the end
unfortunately,
of
I
our
would have
time.
wanted this to
Yeah,
go on and on. It was a really nice,
yeah,
nice conversation today. So much to talk about from these three shlokas. So much to talk about in every shloka
yeah.
of the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much, Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
and see you for the
Thank you,
next one.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Go